ask me, if this was the other way around, if DO, if export to Japan, but invoice to XYZ in Berhad, got GST or not? Aziz ke Ajiz? Ajiz, okay, Ajiz. Now, export to Japan, invoice to XYZ. XYZ buyer. XYZ buyer and XYZ say you send the goods to Japan. Zero. Yes. Confident? You sure? I'm going to press the button. No, I changed the mind. Okay, so for sure it will be zero because you got customs documentation to prove that your goods were exported. So you can charge XYZ ZRE code. Faham? Okay, so you can export because that will have customs documentation. Okay, people, now there are a lot of things here I've already talked to you. So if I've already talked to you, then I'm going to go a bit fast. You can read that slide on your own, you will understand one for sure. Okay, price display, GST registered businesses are required to show GST inclusive price when it is especially supermarket. Okay, other than that, every other people, they must show the price before GST and the GST amount and price including GST. Okay, so take that. Signs of GST evasion. GST evasion, that is what you want to avoid GST. Okay, this is not something new, it is happening. Have you been to a restaurant where they say, you mau receipt ke tak mau receipt? Kalau tak mau receipt, tak ada GST. Kalau you mau receipt, saya kena charge GST. Encounter that? Yes. Your company too good already. She says she never encountered that. I think you never go out anywhere from your house, is it? Okay, but it happens. Okay, a lot of companies are doing that. Okay, they even between business to business, so they say, "Ayah, don't want lah," because they need to pay the GST, what? Correct, no? So they say, "No need bill lah. You pay me cash, no GST." Alright, so they don't want to go through the hassle, but I don't see why. I even see one or two of my clients doing that. I say, why? You declare, you buy, at least you got bill to put under income tax. Don't look at just the GST portion, look at the bigger portion. 1,000 ringgit you buy the thing, the 60 ringgit only the GST, correct or not? 100 ringgit you buy the item, 6 ringgit only the GST. Because of the 6 ringgit GST, you don't want invoice. You can't even put under the 100 ringgit under income tax. Correct or not? So all your expenses, just get the invoice. But of course, individually it's happening. You go for a dinner with your family, your restaurant, you pay money, you don't take receipt from the restaurant, correct? Yeah, you don't take receipt, you think that guy going to declare GST? He won't. Correct or not? He won't declare because he don't need to give you any receipt, right now. So that is where that is signs of evasion. Totally trying to keep away from GST. That is bad lah. Tax evasion also is wrong. GST evasion also wrong. Okay, keeping two set of accounts. I already told you the beginning lah. Some people got one record in Excel, one record in accounting system. And they got two types of invoicing. Okay, don't do all that lah. What for waste time? Providing false invoices to support fictitious expenses or purchases. Okay, simply issue some invoice to claim input tax. Alright, that's wrong. Providing false export documents, this is totally unacceptable. Customs themselves is administering, don't play a fool. Okay, they can go and check to see whether really you exported or not. Giving false information on customers and suppliers. Okay, all these they will randomly check to verify. They can come in and they say, okay, you issue tax invoice. One or two customers they can call, okay, to verify, are you a customer of so and so company, or they can write in, just like how your auditors do, debtors and creditors verification, correct? So they can do randomly select a few and do verification. So don't provide false information, especially your entertainment claim form. Don't go and put people's name there. Okay, you put my name means let me know lah. Errors resulting in overclaiming of input tax. Some people overclaim their input tax. Alright, so invalid supporting documents, non-business, that means you never get tax invoice, cannot claim. I already told you that, right? Okay, non-business expenses. If expenses not related to your business, you cannot claim. Also, I already cerita banyak, isn't it? Your house bill, don't come and put under company. Claiming expenses incurred directly for the making of exempt supplies. Directly making of exempt supplies, memang cannot claim. Okay, example, bus express. I told you, you send the bus for repair, cannot claim. Correct? Okay. Claiming input tax on blocked items. Okay, also repeating. Prevention. So, conduct a self-review on a quarterly or annual basis for yourself. Okay, conduct for yourself and see whether you are happy with all your records or not. If you are happy with all your treatment and records and you got no second question, no second thoughts, this may be wrong, this one may be correct, may be wrong. If you are in the grey area, better get it checked. Rectify it yourself. I already told you, if you disclose your own information and correct your own mistake, is better than they coming and auditing and check and correct. Correct, no? Yes? Alright. Okay. GST filing, how to comply, record keepings and all that, same thing. Audit process, I think I went through with you all the audit process. How to avoid costly GST errors. You can avoid if you exercise great care when filing. Of course, if you be very careful, you are fine. Alright, so like apportionment, like the company does apportionment, you have to find out a way where you can apportion it as accurate as possible. That is number one. If cannot, also take a rule of thumb. Okay, from what I apportion, at least 80% of standard rated related items I claim. Some I'm on a grey area, I don't claim. So at least it doesn't look so bad that you don't want to claim at all. You understand? Try to take see the percentage of your sales first. See how many percent is standard rated, how many percent is exempt supply. So if you're looking at 30% and 70%, that means 30% standard rated, 70% is exempt supply. So you claim input tax also based on that lah. Based on that ratio. 30%, at least you got some justification. Make sure you write it down somewhere. Because when they come, they will ask you, then you'll be thinking, how did I calculate? Okay, make sure you write down somewhere and keep it as your audit document, your own GST document in the file. Okay, are you all filing your GST reports every month or not? Yes, you put it in a separate file and file it. Yes, make sure you print your GST returns, file it, maybe have a summary to support it, will be good. Easier. Customs document officers are very old-fashioned though. I know you all are now paperless and keep everything in the computer, it's very good, but they are a bit old-fashioned. When they come, they want to see some paper, black and white. They like to see that. Okay, so only when they come, instead of you printing, it will be easier if you just print a summary. You cannot print everything detailed, very thick report, never mind. At least a summary. Alright, at least a summary, then you attach it, so at least when they see, oh okay, then they can ask you question. Say, mau ini bulan punya report, then you print lah. You understand? So at least keep a summary, keep some guide there, have some supporting document. How you checked that your figure is correct. So that when you verify to them, it's easier. Understand? Okay? Okay. Okay, if you have not checked your previous GST returns, then you can do so now lah. Alright, just go and check because we're only 1 year old. Okay, do not report in GST returns is out of scope. That will never come out. Memang out of scope will not come out in your GST returns. But I do what? I will print out the GST listing with the out of scope code. So see whether you can do something like that to just make sure that only the correct transactions are under out of scope. Don't put the wrong transactions, just to make sure that no SR inside there. Suddenly wrong code, supposed to charge GST, never charge, that's when you're in heavy penalty. Supposed to claim, never claim, they don't care. Correct? But supposed to pay DG, you never pay, then you're in trouble. Correct? Then they charge you penalty plus the amount. Non-taxable purchases also won't come up. Exempt supply. Supply, yeah, exempt supply will come out. NR won't come out. Purchases made from non-registered supply won't come out. NR code lah. Okay. Where? GST listing will come out. This one is GST 03 form. GST returns. Correct. That is good for you to check that you didn't put somebody in a wrong category. Alright? Okay, keep a separate record of the GST charge and keep a GST account. Actually, these slides are very detailed, so you get some things repeated. Okay? Tracking of sales, purchases, how much you owe customs, reclaim from customs. Okay? Definitely you cannot owe customs, subject to penalty. Errors and adjustments. If you have made an error and you want to correct it, make sure you keep all your accounts and your document to support it. Alright, don't just go and throw away the old records. Okay, everything is record. Okay, bad debts, I already told you want to claim, you must make sure that your customer is registered. Okay, your customer not registered, you cannot claim bad debts. Alright, then if you write off, it will go under a GST bad debt account. It is not totally written off from your debtors list. Okay, it is still there. So you must push for collections. When the person pay you back, then it will become GST recovered. Bad debts recovered. When the person pay you back. Okay? Alright. Tax deductions, tax incentives, tax treatment. Okay, any updates normally comes out under GST. I actually can't remember what was this written for. Okay, any GST updates will come out in your DG decisions. Okay, this DG decision meaning if you go to customs website and you see under Director General decision, that means there are certain things that when they wrote the law in 2013, then 14 it got approved, correct? So it is very long ago. So now because of everybody's problems and issues and complaints, they make new decision, correct? So they want to standardize the decision, they come up with a document called DG decision. So you can go and check on customs website, all the DG decisions are there. So you go and check any latest update. Just see whether it's pertaining, read the title, nothing to do with you, don't read now, no need to confuse. Okay, anything to do with you, only you read. Okay, this GST audit of SME and large business, actually if you ask personally, there is no rule about auditing any company. There is no rule that SME, this is what they will check. Large business, this is what they will check. There is no such rule. All these slides are only as a guide to provide you with the information. But there is no such rule. The customs officer can be very detailed with a small company. Okay, and they can be very they can be like 10%, 20% strict with a large company. It can be, because it depending on how that company is doing their accounts. If the company is already very detailed, they got very good internal audit, internal control, they got everything very good, it will only take a few days for them to audit. Correct? But a small company that doesn't have this, ini tada, itu tada, record tada, document tada, it can take months to audit. Understand? So there is no rule. Large company is so much, small company is so much. Understand? Okay? So this is more for your reference only. Okay, so small businesses, of course if you got a lot of losses, that can trigger GST audit. Okay, losses and all that. Other expenses category. Some people, personal expenses, they don't have proper record, they don't separate. They put all together, especially with sole proprietor business. This problem mainly arises if it's sole proprietor. Okay, none of you are in that category. Alright, so small businesses normally have all these issues. Okay, because sole proprietor, I use my phone definitely for my personal, for business. I won't keep two phones. I cannot afford it. Okay, so normally that's what it happens. So this is all mainly for small business, I think not related to y'all. Running two businesses to avoid GST registration, a lot of people do that. Right? They register two companies. Easy ma. One declare 400,000, one declare 500,000. Or just ngam 450. Okay, this type of things can raise suspicion. I told you because they will see owner. But if one owner got like that, two business, they can force you to register. Okay, one owner with two type business. Making a claim for input tax based on credit card statement, cannot. You cannot use your credit card statement as a document to claim input tax, cannot. you must use a tax invoice. Okay, not credit card statement. Right? Sometimes yes, you pay by credit card online for the hotel, and then your credit card come out, you highlight that amount and claim input tax. Cannot. You must wait for the hotel to email you. Normally they email you the tax invoice, right? Must email. If the hotel never email, you can call and find out. Yes.
How about the sales from this market that customer pay by credit cards?
That's okay, right? You are issuing tax invoice, right?
You are using the credit card statement for the credit card charges.
That's okay, but your invoice is still you are issuing invoice, right? Sales is captured with tax invoice, correct? And I use your tax invoice and I claim my GST input tax. So credit card is just a means of payment like cash or check. It's just a means of payment. So you cannot use the statement to claim input tax. Say I lost the receipt. Say I buy from your supermarket, but I lost the receipt. But I remember I paid by credit card. So maybe I bought for 530 ringgit, right? So I go back and tally my credit card statement. Then I, of course, got written there what I spent in Giant supermarket 530, correct or not? So you go and highlight that, keep that as supporting document, and claim input tax. Cannot. You understand? Because that is not a tax invoice. What I should do rightfully is go back to the company, go to the customer service and ask them, please issue me on this date I came purchase. But such a big company, they won't be able to quickly do it. Correct or not? If immediately you go, they can do it. You show the small receipt, they can print. You don't show any receipt, you want them to print, they cannot print. Understand? Because they got thousands of transactions in a day. Right? So it's impossible. So you can forget about that expense. Okay, just think you donated. Donation. Okay. Another common problem is claiming GST when the recipient not being the party named on the invoice. Okay, again, invoice came to subsidiary company and you are claiming the GST input tax. Also wrong. Okay, sometimes some supplier very, very stubborn one. Don't want to change the name in the invoice. You tell them already, this is not my company, I changed name, please change. They don't want to change. Okay, but you must insist if you want to claim the GST input tax. It's your right, don't pay lah. You tell them you change your name, I pay, if not I don't want to pay. So you can insist. Understand or not? So you must request for the correct tax invoice. Then you're supposed to use the STI code, or you're supposed to claim only maximum 30 ringgit. Okay. You can claim the GST by up to 30 ringgit. But you don't claim at all, it's your problem. Yeah. Can, of course. Can, because your company recognizes it, is fine. You see, income tax, as long as it's your company policy, they keep quiet. Correct or not? Income tax don't check so much. Whose name the invoice lah, where the invoice come from, they won't check like that lah. Correct or not? As long as you got invoice, okay. Because they just base it your company policy, you got boss to approve, somebody approve, payment made, I'm fine. But GST is not like that. They want to ensure you're claiming correctly. The utilities I'm talking about. Yes. Okay. And where got GST if your home is not registered? Okay. 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 Okay.
It's only until 31st March.
Okay.
But I checked with the customer, any changes, they say they don't know.
Okay. There is DG decision on that. You can go and read. Already got DG decision. I don't know who's the customer officer who told you, I don't know. If I know the fella, I go back to the fella. A DG decision already made. Memang you cannot claim.
The March bill or the April bill?
March bill also cannot claim already. Cannot claim already. As long as they want you to go and change all the utilities under your name. Pay a deposit. Yes. They don't want. That is why we are not changing, right? I and you not changing name because of the deposit. Correct? But they say you don't change, don't claim. So you calculate and see for a year how much you are not claiming. And then calculate your deposit, see which one is higher. So if you think GST claiming amount is small, you want to ignore. If you think the claiming amount is huge, because some people electricity bill can be thousands, correct? So if it's thousands, you are rookie a lot of GST, please go and pay the deposit and just, it's a savings now, whatever it is, one time now, just do it. It's now or never. Correct? Just make sure you just do it. Yeah, but the DG decision is already there. You can go and see very clearly written. Cannot. I won't advise you to claim because the decision I think came out. Yeah, actually came out earlier. I read it in December itself. So that cannot claim. So you. Yeah, I already read it. So just go and confirm the date. I'll see whether I saved a copy. Did I save? Yeah, sure. Oh, you do monthly basis, is it? Oh, okay. Never mind, leave it because you got the circular to support your stand, correct? Not that up to 31st March can claim. But now don't claim anymore. You understand not? So just leave it. Then you just, the decision is there that you must, that's confirmed. I know for sure, cannot claim. They want everyone to go and change. It is, I think repeatedly they already mentioned it. Okay, they definitely must claim, must change. So TNB, India Water, water bill, and what else? Telecom memang no issues lah, that is under your name. Okay, Maxis, Unify, all that is under your name, no issues. So I think it's only that three lah. Water, electricity and India Water. Okay, go and change it. Okay, right, large businesses overseas experience indicates that GST is relatively low risk for large taxpayers except for system breakdowns. Okay, like I told you, large companies, I don't have to check so much because they already got a lot of people checking on them also. Right or not? Bursa will check, SSM will check, income tax will check, now customs checking, auditors will check, tax agents also will check. Too many people checking on them already. Alright, so many people checking, so can check less. Okay, common mistakes under correction of GST. Normally large companies, they don't pay input tax, and they don't claim input tax. They under collect the GST. Because very large company, customers don't pay, bad debts also they don't claim. Too huge, correct or not? They don't want to keep track. So they don't claim, correct. You must submit a letter. But actually bad debts you're supposed to do it only if you got registered customers lah. Not registered customers, memang you're not entitled to claim the bad debts. Okay. Late lodgement cases can offer, but this one is not easy to occur. Normally, large companies, the staff got KPI one for submission, right? So you cannot submit late. Cases involving potentially invalid tax invoices, maybe but also very rarely. I never hear all these cases from large companies. Invalid tax invoices and all that. Timing issues, wrong entity, zero rating of goods and services, reimbursement, disbursement, fringe benefits, deemed supply. The only issue that a lot happens is intercompany transactions that you have to be careful for large company. Alright, intercompany transactions. Make sure if registered in a group, no issues. But even registered in a group, must capture things properly lah. Okay? Okay, GST audit. Expected that more than 90% of underpayment of GST liabilities penalties will come from SME. So they of course they say SME lah. Okay, so what to do if they take the files or computers away? Okay, any auditors, even income tax or GSTs, if they take files or computers away, request for a itemized list of what they have taken. Okay, so that you know what is with you, what is with them. So you also don't need to look for the file, and you can ensure you get it back, because you must get it back. Okay, some of the main types of frauds and evasion: inflated refund claims, of course you overclaim, under-reporting sales, domestic sales disguised as export or stock transfers. Traders may be liable but do not register. Okay, all these I've already talked to you about all these people. Input tax credit claim for taxable supplies used in exempt activities. Okay, like that is what like you all are worried of lah. Okay, you use for exempt supply but you're scared to claim. So input tax credit claim on private purchases. Private purchase definitely cannot claim. Claim for invoices from unregistered suppliers. Writing off stocks even though they are sold. Okay, that's really, really wrong. All these are even wrong for income tax also. It's not like a new thing for GST, right? You don't do it at all lah. Senang cerita, right? It's legally wrong. Okay, system must have proper internal controls, audit trail, regular review. Okay, I'm actually repeating because all these things we have already discussed. Source documents. How long should, okay, this one you already know, 7 years. Keep everything. Okay. Now somebody then told me that income tax. Wait, income tax. What's income tax? Yeah, income tax said that. Okay, now we are in 2016, right? So they audited 2010 records. Okay, and they were asking for 2010. Year of assessments, income tax returns they are checking. So they are asking for the last 7 years. So from 2010 backwards means it goes up to 2003. Correct or not? But now we are in 2016. So you will only keep records like up to maybe 2009 or 2008 lah, let's say. Correct or not? But 2003 is very far away. Correct? So you don't have the record. So that when I told the client that you only need to keep for the last 7 years. Then the client said, no, you see now they're asking me for before that 7 years. So why do they do that? Do you know why it happened? Because they submitted their 2010's income tax returns late. See, when you submit late, they only submitted 2010 financial reports in 2014. After 4 years. So that triggered income tax to audit. So when you have this type of unusual cases, you know it yourself. Keep the records. How come you submit only 2 years ago and you destroy the records? Clear or not? It doesn't make sense. That's why they're asking to audit. You submit late, definitely you must keep. If you submit every time on time and you never clear audit, and then they actually come and penalize you, it's not fair. Correct? Then you are not at fault. You can use your tax agent or your lawyer and argue. No problem. But you submitted late. Fault is at your side, not at income tax side. Then you definitely must keep the records. Understand now? So you always see what you have done. Look at yourself first. Okay? Now GST audit process flow, how long an audit takes. I already told you there is no rule of this is how long it takes. This is no set time. Okay? It depends on them how they can do it. Okay, this is again how they select you for an audit, like I told you. Okay, it depends on randomly selected or there is a lead. There is a reason for them to ask you. Alright? They also can go on analysis, but actually they got no time to do so much of things. Okay? But of course your payment record makes a difference. If the company always pay and suddenly don't pay also makes a difference. That's why there will be trigger points on. Something unusual about the way you do things, sure got trigger points. Correct? So like you didn't claim input tax, it's a trigger point. Then suddenly now when you claim, right, then they will claim, apa pula sekarang ada GST, they will ask you to claim for document. So be prepared for it before you claim. But I think you must do something about it. If not, when they come to audit, they audit too much. Then they'll be very sticky because they'll be thinking something wrong somewhere you're trying to hide. You understand? Don't give room for suspicion because it's very rare that companies don't claim input tax. Okay? So it's not wrong, but just don't give them room for question. Okay. Because they will be thinking, what this company is so good one. Why you are so good? Ayo, kena income, input tax, cost naik tapi tak mau claim balik. Wah, so good lah you all. That one also they will suspect. Don't be too good, don't be very bad lah. Somewhere in the middle. Okay, how the tax authorities are you? Okay, we've gone through this. What to do to prepare for GST audit? I already tell you. Make sure your record keeping is good. Okay. Number 2, internal controls. Of course, they will always see clients who got proper internal controls. If can, please have SOP, standard operating procedures in a documented form. Very simple, no need to complicate. Just go back, assign somebody to do flow chart for every department. Every department assign somebody. How you do your process. That means you issue PO, who must sign, and then the PO goes out to supplier, what is the next document, who approve, everything. You get quotation, everything. Have it all in a maybe flow chart. Very simple SOP you can do. As long as you got some SOP that you can show these auditors, this is how kita punya process. Remember just now I told you when they come, you must explain how you do your business, correct? So everything you cannot verbally explain, maybe you will forget something. So you must have a documentation, at least they can refer. They're not sure, they don't need to call you again. Apa you cakap tadi ya? At least a document to refer. Correct? Whatever you will explain to auditor, put it down in black and white. It doesn't need to be a lot of words. Put flowchart easier. This flowchart for purchasing, for sales, for expenses. Alright, who approves? Those type of things. So take note. Okay, go back, homework. Alright, okay. Depending on the complexity of your computer system, the tax department may send IT officer to obtain data electronically. Alright, that is, they will do IT audit only if your business is mainly based on IT. Okay, if mainly based on IT, then definitely they will send an IT auditor. Because then you can do a lot of schemes all inside. They don't know why. Correct? So they need to send a specialized person. Audit process begins with a meeting at your premises. Okay, so during this meeting, you must explain everything. So I think it's better for you to prepare, and a good starting point will be SOP. Okay, your standard operating procedures, put it in a operation manual. Okay, see repeating again. Some slides are repeating. Computer tax auditing. This one is for if they want to audit your computers, then they might ask you for to fill up a tax audit questionnaire. Data download audit. Okay, this is to request for a data download of stored accounting data. This one, if let's say got GST audit file, is easier. No GST audit file, then definitely they will ask you to export your data or download your data. Like, and if you have already done that and saved that in Excel file, then easier. But maybe they might tell you, okay, I want to see how you do it. To see accuracy of your data. Because they don't want human being to go and change the data. Alright, so they might ask you to do it in front of them. So okay, just get it done lah. Systems audit, I told you to audit your system. If it involves a very complex situation, they need an IT auditor. Alright? Okay, using computer tax audit techniques can mean less disruption to your business. That is true, because you don't need to take out a lot of files, correct? Computer tax audit is easier, correct? Because everything is computerized. Fewer demands on your staff, reduce audit costs, fewer and more specific requests for information. So what they want, they can tell you exactly. I want debtors listing or creditors listing. Can you generate sales report for me? Okay, what was your purchases last month? I want to see your purchase listings. Alright, or your PX code listing. Senang saja, everything will be easy because computerized. Okay, so that's a benefit. Sometimes tax auditor gives you reasonable warning of an audit. Sometimes they will make an unannounced visit. Normally they won't for GST lah. That's why income tax will do it. Okay, income tax they do it also for investigation, but normally they will send you a letter that they're going to come. Okay, they will inform you. If they do you If they do, you are required by law to let the investigator into your business premise, and you're still required to supply records, whatever they request. Okay, don't tell them, oh, you tak bagi tahu saya, tolong datang lagi satu hari ni tak boleh. You cannot tell them that. Okay, if they come unannounced, you still must invite them in. Desk audits, I already told you. Depending on your GST return forms, they will email you and ask you for documentation to supply to them, alright? It's very commonly going on, so just provide the documentations that they need. Sometimes you need to scan and email to them. Questionnaire that can lead to an inspection. Other than desk audit, they may request certain documentation to be made for the GST officer to inspect. Okay, where areas of concern surfaces from the preliminary audit test, department will launch an on-site. So if, let's say, they send you email, ask you to provide documentation, only some you can provide, but the documentation not convincing, then they can visit your premise. That's the next step. Okay, if it's convincing, they are okay with it, they keep quiet, fine. But another time, maybe randomly selected, they still can come in for audit, or they feel that, okay, now let's choose the companies which we already asked questions, we want to visit, also can. Then they send you a letter and say, we are coming to your premise. Okay, to audit. Okay, site visit. The officer will want to make a detailed review of GST records. Okay, if they come there, definitely they want to see everything. Evidence of all the types of transactions that you have. So, please prepare the documents upfront. Don't wait for them to come and ask that time only. You tell your club, can you pergi cari semua ini ya? And then cari semua ini, then prepare this, prepare that. Very club about. Correct or not? Officer also don't want to waste time. Then they feel very irritated, they'll charge you higher penalty. Sure what? If they're happy, lower penalty. Correct? So maybe chances of no penalty also. Bagi chance lah tak apa. Minum teh tarik. Okay. But don't go and offer donation to the officer. Okay, self-audit. You audit yourself. Another thing to tell you, if you audit yourself, right, if you have a self-checkpoint, keep some record of your self-audit. You know what record you need to keep for self-audit? Let me say you are checking your own record. Pick a date, choose the date, write down the date, okay? Then you put there audit area or audit risk area, okay? Then you put down there audit risk area. And then you put audited by who? Finance manager, head of sales, head of business, whatever lah. Whoever can audit, alright? So maybe 1 or 2%, okay? And then you put what are the documents that you want to audit yourself, okay? Which taxable period? Maybe you are not comfortable with the first month or the first 3 months, so you put the duration first 3 months. Just have a very simple format, like an internal audit format, and then you write down what are the criteria you want to check. Okay, see whether you have it yourself or not. And then keep this document as evidence and show them when they come. Oh, we have audited. When you are done now, you sign off. Ask your boss also to sign off. That he acknowledged that you have done this job. That will be very good. Then when they come, they'll be happy. You don't ask your boss to sign, never mind, you sign enough. Okay, but you give your boss to sign, you can get increment lah. Okay, so this is all what they can check. Voluntary disclosure meaning you inform them what you have and what you don't have. Alright, if you think you have done something wrong or you think you're not sure certain grey areas, just tell them upfront at the beginning. You tell, and then highlight it. If you know it now, please highlight, take note of it. So when they come in, you can, even you're doing a presentation, you can put it there. You can tell them that these are the areas kita tak sure, so kita tak claim input tax. Tell them upfront, like easier, make life easier, correct or not? Then the customer will say, oh, okay, now I understand your situation. Never mind, okay, we help you. Then they can help you, correct or not? They can tell you how much to claim. Be upfront, honest. Okay, for the last 1 year, I didn't claim because I'm worried. Okay, anyway, to claim input tax, you got 6 years. Okay, so you didn't claim last year, you still can claim after this. Okay, so you say, now I'm not sure whether I should claim it or not. So the customer officer tell you, no, okay, you apportion like this, I allow you to claim this, fine. Then you do it. like that. Okay, however they advise. If you want, put it in writing. Ask them to sign for you. Alright, they will sure tell you write to DG. Pity you know, you one person must write to how many thousand companies? Okay? Okay, GST return is the most important form in the GST system, as you know lah, because that is the source document for information. Amendment before the due date. Better to do amendment before the due date. If an error is made, you can correct the errors by making amendment. Any amendment made no later than the due date will not be subject to late payment. Of course lah. That's why I say if you actually have any amendment to be done, do in the current month, take it up in this month's period. Don't do amendment to amend the last period, because if there is extra to be paid, you'll be charged penalty 5% already straight away. Okay? After due date, you can read. Okay, but there is definitely okay, voluntary disclosure, then you must write to them, tell them what are the mistakes, so that they reduce the penalty for you. Alright? See how serious it is now. Okay, this is the example of voluntary disclosure. Okay, within the 3 years, you can apply for reduction of the penalty. That's why my advice is check everything before you submit. Don't rush, go and submit and then you realize you made a mistake. Okay. Power to assess, where any taxable person fails to apply for registration, fails to furnish a return, furnishes a return which to the DG it appears incomplete or incorrect, or receives an amount as being refund or tax which ought not to have paid to him. In all these cases, the DG may assess to the best of his judgment the amount of tax payable and notify him of the assessment in writing. Okay, so if let's say, for example, you claim wrongly or you overclaim, the DG has the right to decide how much you must pay back to the bank. Actually, DG, when it comes to GST, got ultimate power one, you know. So DG is your best friend means very good. Your boyfriend means even better. Okay, so DG got ultimate power in deciding. So if he gives you a discount in penalty, you're very lucky. Like that lah. So if he tells you you must pay back so much, you definitely must pay back so much. You understand now? Because he has the power to assess. You can check the sections in the Act. Right? The power to assess is with the Director General. When is assessment? Assessment shall not be made more than 6 years from the date on which the tax was due and payable. In the case of fraud, DG may make an assessment at any time. Fraud means is serious. If they think got fraud, then anytime also they can ask you to pay back and charge you heavy penalties, and you can even be jailed. Alright, so that is an issue lah. Payment by installments, okay. See, I told you, if DG is your friend, very good. Can allow you to pay in installment also. Okay, you can allow any tax or penalty to be paid in installments, but of course you must get his approval, correct or not? He got a lot of power. If he tells you no need to pay GST, no need to pay. Okay, so that is the power of DG. But when there is a default in the payment of one installment, the whole thing can become due and subject to surcharge. So if they give you installment, then you make sure you pay the installment lah. Okay, this is only if you are subject to the review. Okay, application for review. Review, that means they already give you a decision and they say you must be charged penalty so much, you must pay back so much, but you are not happy. Okay, you feel that, no, I want you to review my case. Then you can write in. Okay, you write in within 30 days from the date the person has been notified of the decision, okay, made by the GST officer. Where an application has been made, the DG shall make a decision then and notify the person within 60 days from the date the application is received or within the time practicable. Okay, then the DG must come back to you within 60 days. If you write in and ask to review. Okay, so if the customs officer tells you must pay and you are not happy, you can write into DG. Right of appeal. Okay, do you all know that there is a tribunal? Okay, do you know what is a tribunal first of all? Do you know what's a tribunal? What? Who can explain? It's like a small court, right? Where you can go and complain, or can go and tell them if you are not happy with the decision made by the Director General, you want to appeal. There is a tribunal that you can appeal. Say DG says you must pay 50,000 penalty. And it's your right. If you think you didn't make such mistakes or your mistake is not so serious, okay, first of course you can ask for review to DG himself. If DG doesn't agree to review or review only very little, then you can go to the tribunal within 30 days from the date the disputed decision. From the date that you are not happy with the decision, within 30 days. Right? Then you go to the tribunal. So what happens next? This is how the notice of appeal will look. It is available at the Treasury website. Okay, you can go and check yourself. Okay, application for extension of time, also there's a form. Okay, now under the tribunal, what they can do for you? They can assist the parties to negotiate a settlement in relation. Okay, that means, let's say the tribunal will be very fair. So they will not side the customs or they will not side you. They will be very fair, they will look at all the issues. What is the problem? Alright, so if you say, no, I claim correctly, and they say, no, you didn't claim correctly, there is a dispute, correct now? So the tribunal will be the one who will do the settlement. Okay, now where the parties are unable to reach a settlement, then the tribunal shall proceed to determine the appeal at a hearing. Now this process is exactly the same as if you have an employment problem. Have you all had any labor problem? Tak pernah. That's why I say you all very good. You're too good. Got no staff problem, nothing, right? If you have problem with your staff, like you sack your staff, and your staff not happy, you can go and report in labor law. Do you all know that or don't know? Yes, so when they go and report, what the labor law people will do, same thing. They will call you in and call the staff in for a meeting, correct? Make both of you all sit down, get your side of the story recorded, that person's story also recorded. Understand now? Okay. Then they record both the stories and then they see who is correct. They will come to a settlement and say, okay lah, both of you all had mistake. Okay, now who is suffering more losses? The staff. No job, ma. So how much the company willing to compensate? Okay. Let's say the company said, no, we are not compensating because it's totally the staff problem. Alright, then they will go to the second stage. That means unable to reach a settlement. Then they will go to hearing. Then they will call for hearing in front of a judge. Okay, so they'll have a magistrate court judge there. Then they'll call both parties. You must have your own lawyers. Or you can actually defend yourself, but of course, if you go to the law points, better to have a lawyer. You appoint a lawyer to take up the case. Okay, so the parties may conduct the case themselves or by representative. That's what it means. Okay, and then the tribunal shall make its decision within 60 days from the first day of the hearing before the tribunal commences. Okay, now this tribunal, what is the function? Okay, to decide on appeals against the decision of DG. Okay, of course I told you DG got ultimate power, correct or not? But even though got so much of power, the DG can be biased. Right, can be biased, can be unfair, still human being, right? So that's why they have the tribunal. Okay, to provide an alternative mechanism to hearing in the civil court. So before you go, you go to court, the charges are very high. Correct or not? Even lawyer charges very high. So before you can go to court, at least there is a alternative, first step lah, to make life easier. So that's why they got the tribunal. Same thing as the labour law. Before you go to a civil court, let's have a discussion first round. After that, cannot do settlement, then we go to court. Okay? To decide on appeals under the jurisdiction of the GST Act, except those under the 4th schedule. Okay? To assist parties to negotiate for a mutually agreed settlement as an alternative prior to the hearing of the case. So, what they want to do is, they want to come to an agreement where both parties are happy. Okay, both sides agree for the decision. Okay, that is the objective of the tribunal. Alright, in most cases, I mean, this never happened before in our country. Right, because GST is very, very new. But it's very common in employment, under Employment Act. Right, very common. Always happens. If you go to the labour court in KL, of course, maybe Kuching, not so many people. And I told you, when everybody very good. Nobody cheat, nobody avoid tax, nobody create fictitious invoice. Can you imagine? It's a heaven in Malaysia.